thought about turning the in-game volume up, chat. But yeah, a sea shanty right now would be pretty perfect, wouldn't it? I much prefer Daybreak, where it feels like I can actually see what the fuck I'm going by. At the moment, it's just like shadows in the distance. Game needs more women. Yeah. Yeah. Can I build a teleporter on my boat? Have you ever tried?
I've I haven't tried. First build the workbench on your boat, and then let me know if that works, and I'll tell you whether you can build a portal on your boat.
I'm gonna check because like that actually be super useful if I could build a teleporter
Lost
on my
at
boat.
sea.
Yeah.
You are lost at sea. I've
I
never
am.
seen that before. That's fascinating.
I don't think I can place this table anyway. Bummer.
I wonder what happens with Lost at Sea. This seems like the time when a kraken would show up.
Oh, that I added that. That's not the game.
Oh.
That's my text message I've added to explain what's happening right now to chat.
Oh.
Oh, you thought it was like a status effect? First you get cold, then you get lonely, then you get lost at sea. It's just like progressively worse status effects.
Right. I thought, wow, I've seen the ocean, like, effect, or not effect, but location.
Okay.
Not seen the Lost at Sea.
I want light and wind. I guess like every sailor there. I want to use my blueberry supplies, chat. I actually don't have a lot of good food here, do I? No meat. Only the one Queen's Jam. I honestly consider doing this without armor. There's no reason to bring armor for this, right? Like I should bring like a disposable weapon and 0 armor, so I don't have to recover the corpse if we don't want to.
Yeah, you could just take a flint spear and
Yeah.
bugger off naked and do it the way real Vikings do. Yes, sissy. Oh, I've accidentally got enthusiastic and I'm building a huge base. I should ease up.
I just took damage in the middle of the fucking ocean. From what?
You're lost at sea.
Why does that make me take damage? Why is my boat suddenly deteriorating around me? It's just aging out?
Actually, you're in the ocean. I think there's probably sea monsters.
I am in ocean, actually. Chat
Yeah.
said waves do damage to you in ocean. That's not how boats work, chat. You're not like, oh my god, it's deep water, I'm taking damage, our hull's collapsing.
Oh no, a wave.
Yeah.
I suppose. There are waves, though, that are worse than other waves.
Yeah. The waves are large enough. Okay.
Complex stuff, man.
Complex stuff. Alright. Give me light!
Why? Alright. I got it.
Alright. I know, wind, so nice.
Alright, so there is a pretty high likelihood I'm ripping down that smelter and kiln and bringing it here.
Okay.
And then we're looking for fresh copper and fresh tin to do the
Well,
whole thing again.
well, maybe. I mean, the thing before that is what else do we need from copper and tin? I could use I think we wanted a shield and a one-handed weapon for me, right? Is what we wanted.
Yeah.
So you could maybe build that at the location before you leave, and then just like basically you use up all this copper and tin you already have at the old location before you move the smelter pieces, right? Potentially. Because you can't transfer the metal itself, right? So like how much do we have there? Is it quicker to just like get the last couple pieces to get those knocked out at our first location? Or our second location, I guess? Know what I'm saying? Am I making sense? Okay.
Yep. Oh, meadows.
How much health do you think my boat has?
Well, stand up and put your hammer on it and find out.
Doesn't give me numbers though. Like, is 10 damage a lot? It didn't seem like a lot. It's 500 HP, chat says. See, this is why playing games with chat is at least twice as good.
At least twice as good.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty game. It's a pretty game, chat. Very pretty. I'm not backtracking. I just did a circle around that. I'm trying to follow land because I'm trying to explore coastline. And the first time we followed land brought us around essentially an island. So now I'm taking a different tack. We got back to where we veered off last time. But I'm not doubling back like you can see. Like this is new exploration.
All right. So what are we needing? I need a new pick. I'm still functioning with my antler pick here.
Okay. I think I have antler picks too. Oh, I've got one. I've got one bronze and one antler. Okay. Wind and light. Feels good. More swamp up there on the right.
What else are we hoping to build here?
We just want to get swamp resources. So we want whatever we get out of the swamp. Probably an upgraded next,
No, I mean, before we move, you said we needed to do some
shield
stuff
and a
with the
one-handed
metal
weapon.
that's here. That's a bronze buckler?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's 10 bronze.
God, this merchant is going to be... I'm going to feel the value in it from how extreme the exploration to find him is.
I assumed there were going to be like 10 merchants and each one was going to have more interesting and better stuff. The fact that there's only one means that I've seen his entire inventory already, and that's as good as my world is going to get.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty disappointing.
All right, chat. Tell Kevin about the super secret second merchant now to get his hopes back up. Imagine being a merchant who doesn't advertise their location. So you're just at all your customers are just people who stumbled across you.
In 7 Days to Die, there's like 6 or 10 merchants or whatever, and only you. And so, like, what?
Yeah, who are they? Who are they being merchants with?
Right.
Yeah.
And why don't they open when I knock on their door? Why do they have to wait till like 6:05 a.m. to open? Like, man,
You're saying beggars can't be choosers?
Yeah, if I'm the only person that's ever going to make a sale to you.
That question is, what is the value of money if there's nothing else to spend it on in this world except merchants? Like, why are they giving you goods for money?
Oh, that's a good point. There must be like something illicit you can buy to make the apocalypse more bearable.
Yeah. It's fine, chat. We're not worried about like the mythical dwarves or death mosquitoes, but the merchants using money, totally breaking my immersion. Yeah, I was surprised I couldn't trade with the dwarves. The Draugr clearly have, you know, some technology. They're building shields and axes and soaking their shit in poison. Like, they feel like people I could trade with.
Yeah, there's a whole society there.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy
Bronze
big, right, Eisenbez? That's what I was just looking
buckler.
at.
All right, I've got your bronze buckler. I have not upgraded it.
Yeah.
Actually, mine isn't upgraded either.
Well, I would just try to use up the metal at that location is my point before you break down the smelter. I just don't think you should be bothering to transport it. If we have things we need to build and you can transport the finished products but not the stuff.
Yeah, no, we should absolutely like make use of this where it sits if we can. Oh, hey, speaking of which, I think I'm going to run around outside with no food.
Okay. It's worked well for you in the past.
And then I'm going to get out here to my first tin node with only like 3 hits left in my pickaxe before it dies.
How much food do I have? I don't know. Fair chunk. Everybody need food for this, right? You don't need food to survive. You need food for stamina and max HP. So when you're fighting, you need food. And HP regen, I guess. When I'm just sailing around, I don't actually need food.
Oh, holy crap, man. You almost killed me with this strip mine you made here.
That was a copper node, so I mined it all out.
Open pit. I should have put a roof on it. All right, before I leave, I'm replanting that. Gonna have a...
What, you're filling in my copper pit?
No, I'm not going to. It just seems like the right thing to do. Somebody's
see.
gonna wander along and break a leg. Feels responsible.
Okay.
All right, what's it take to build a pick if I'm gonna be like doing things?
Yeah,
10
chat. The
more
spawn is
blocks.
random, so I don't know that there's any tricks to exploration here that make any sense. Came up out of nowhere this storm, didn't it? That was pretty fucking quick. Does the boat have a name? I don't think I can name the boat.
Well, sure you can. You would say, hey, this is what I'm calling this boat.
Oh, I gotta have you here, Kevin.
Just keeping it real, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is like driving in Cyberpunk. It's like super floaty. The minnow.
Well, it is a 3-hour tour involving you getting continuously lost.
Yeah. Maybe.
You just don't have Ginger and Marianne with you.
Oh, fuck, that's planes. Oh, fuck. Alright. Tack!
I do wish it had a shared map so I could see all that you know.
Yeah, I think that would be really nice for multiplayer, is exactly that, a shared map. So.
Like, even if it was only once you get home and, like, hold out your map and I transcribe it for 30 seconds or something.
Right?
You know, that...
Oh, I'm dead. Fuck.
You're dead?
2 mosquitoes just spotted me on the shore. such a trolly thing, trying to keep in like line of sight of the side with mosquitoes that will chase you like 100 foot into the fucking water.
Meters.
No, they chase in feet. You
Okay.
spot merchants in meters. Oh. Okay. What do you think, chat? Should I build him a portal in the plains, but not tell him it's in the plains?
If you could live long enough to get a hammer and put up a workbench and put up a portal there, if you have that much enthusiasm to troll me.
The extent I will go to troll people. There's one time in Eve, Kevin. So if you logged out in Eve, you could your character would disappear after a while, right? But there was a period of time where you're vulnerable. So I probed out this guy who had like logged off or was AFK or something in a safe spot. So he thought he was pretty untouchable. I probed him out, and then I killed him. But then I didn't want to take the additional security. So when you die in Eve, like your ship blows up, but you have like an escape pod, and the escape pod has like character, kind of like here where you have skills and you lose some skills if you die. Here, it's similar to that for the pod. So once you lose your ship, if you lost your pod as well, you'd lose some skills or have to pay for a backup kind of deal, right? But I didn't want to take the security hit for killing him, because it was I didn't want to go that deep into the pirate like flag for that long of a time for that. So I created a new character and flew at 30 jumps out to kill his pod while he was gone for just no benefit. I can't loot the pod. I don't get anything from the pod. But I created a character specifically to kill that because trolling is worth it.
So not even because he had offended you and this was righteous retribution?
It kind of offended me that he logged off AFK in a safe spot. Or like went AFK in a safe spot, which is not a safe spot. I mean, that offended me. But no, he hadn't done anything personally to me, no.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I hang out with you. You're not even a good human.
I'm just going to link you a portal. Just take it. Don't ask any more questions. So I wonder now, like, this is interesting too. So if there's multiple merchant spawn points, is there a biome he spawns in? Or is it a more likely biome? Could we find him in the meadow? Like if I'm exploring plains, do I kind of shoot ourselves in the foot by making him spawn in the plains because that's where I'm scouting?
I would guess that it's almost... It is super likely to be like Black Forest would be my guess.
Only Black Forest, chat says. Won't spawn in the plains. Let's see.
Oh, well, there you go.
And the next guy says we were careful not to say the biome. Yeah, I guess it's a little spoilery. Okay, that's good to know then. Kind of.
If I had to guess, it would be accessible to lower level characters.
If you die in Eve, you die in real life. Dude, I lost a ship in Eve once that was worth a couple $100 in real life. It was kind of like, because there was such a clear equivalency of ISK which is the Eve currency, to real life dollars if you wish to go that route. I lost some like multi-billion-dollar ship. That was pretty brutal. You're like, if you do the mental translation, you're like, oh my god, just lost like $500. Yeah. All right. There's still planes, huh? Wind again, at least.
10 bronze. Holy crap.
Yeah, the weapons and armor were expensive, man. All right, so you're kind of half wrong, chat, right? Or maybe half of you are half wrong, which is if it only spawns in the Black Forest, and the further away I get from our starting location, the more likely it is to be a higher level biome. And the further away I get from the spawn, the less likely it is to be a merchant, right? That follows. Battles in Eve where people lost thousands? Yeah, I mean, if you start looking at it on the corporation or alliance scale, yeah. Any of the big fights, you'd lose thousands and thousands if you look at it that way.
But the only way you reap that thousands is by selling out your account, right? It's not.
No, you could do it incrementally too.
Life. Oh, okay.
So you don't have to sell the entire account. You could so in Eve you can sell and buy game time. Essentially, it's a pay to play. So like it's like $15 a month or something. So you can sell time cards that are translation for real life money, but are purchasable with ISK kind of deal. It's a player market. So some players found that they like to spend their time by spending real life money on time cards, and then they'll sell the time cards in the game for currency. So if you had in-game currency, you could buy time cards, which is kind of a converting back of in-game resources to real life money, right?
Right, but if you had a $5 million ship, you could not sell it for.
I could sell it for ISK. I could sell it for game currency, then buy with that game currency time cards. And
right.
then I guess I would have to sell. Right, that's not a thing. I'd have to. I guess if I were going to do there, then I'd have to sell time cards for real life money somewhere, which I think was prohibited. I don't know. The only time I ever got real life money out of Eve was when I sold my accounts when I was done with the game.
Right.
But
so
previously, I never paid any of that. For years, I never paid any of that $15 a month kind of stuff because I just purchased time cards in game with currency. So I don't know.
Right. But in terms of the loss of real life money by the destruction of a ship, it's not money that you could actually harvest in real life unless you were dropping
unless you were
game.
Finishing the count. Yeah, you're kind of right there. It's true. It's a lot of planes.
You're off risking your life. I'm harvesting mushrooms. I think we've got a good balance of effort here.
Yep. This looks like Black Forest, doesn't it? Okay. Yeah, I've seen the write-ups on that, Xander. I'm not going to follow that exact link, but I've read a number of those reports. I've been in a number of those fights. Had a lot of fun with Eve. Eve was a great game. This is Black Forest again, okay. So we will scout the living bejesus out of the Black Forest coastline. Just kidding.
Why am I... Kevin, what are you doing?
It's my line.
Well, I came out here because I needed tin, and so the very first thing I do was start chopping every tree I see.
Then you started building chests?
Right.
And planking
filling
things?
it up with and filling it up with all the stuff I found on the ground around me.
I believe it.
Eventually I would have got around to, hey, that's a shiny rock. I should put it... Hey, wait, that's tin. That's actually what I was here for. I mean, it eventually would have worked out, I'm sure.
Oh, man. Alright, I think I've just done a loop of this area, unfortunately.
I'm going to be super entertained if while I'm running along this coast looking for tin,
You just randomly find a merchant. Yeah.
I randomly find the merchant.
I'm gonna be super entertained if I open this merchant's inventory and it's a bunch of sag fucking nothing.
You know, that's not entirely untrue. Like, there's a fishing pole that I've tried to figure out how to use. And I think I'm finally starting to understand it a little bit.
Yeah, you
Fishing
have to
poles see.
go ahead. Tell me your understanding.
Well, it seems like you have to throw it in the water, and that eventually fish get on it.
That does seem nearly. That seems very unlikely. I mean, who's ever heard of a fishing pole that requires fish and water?
So, but no, I think that there's a stamina component to fishing that I don't know, may control how big a fish you get or how hard, I don't know. There's parts about it that are, ooh, I'm at 295 and there's tin sitting at my feet. I'm going to throw away that pine cone.
Hey,
That
Fudgenator.
didn't help.
I don't know what the fuck to do here. All right, I haven't found shit for merchants. I mean, we've explored a fair amount of the next two biomes, swamp and plains. So I could come back and I mean, if you have enough of a base that we can gather resources near the swamp, we could do that for a bit. I mean, today, I guess with 20 or 30 minutes left of Valheim, I might as well keep exploring. But
Well, or you could come back and start making trips into the swamp from here and see if you can.
yeah, I think we will next time, but I feel like that's going to be a big task switch here and probably not going to get much accomplished to that objective today, you know, with the time.
Yeah.
So maybe that's next time. Okay.
I don't think Grey Dwarves should carry backpacks
Why?
if they're not going to have anything in the backpack that's actually like worth looting.
But it's just like looting you, Kevin. When you kill a Grey Dwarf, you get a bit of resin, some random wood fucking stuff, and then like
a little bit of string.
Yeah.
a button. Yeah. That's funny. If we were actually in a zombie apocalypse, somebody would loot me and they'd be like, what an idiot.
You'd be like, what is this garbage?
Who is this bozo and what was he up to?
I think I want to go through here, chat, but I'm not sure I can. Okay. So I don't want to follow that coastline. That coastline got me nowhere. So I think I'm gonna cross this at full speed in the dark when the ocean deals damage to me. Let's just see what's over here. Okay. Let's hope the boat has a lot of HP.
Are you going somewhere in particular, or you've just randomly set off in
I have
an
like a
attractive
whole
direction?
I have like a whole text thing in my stream telling you what I'm doing. I am moving towards our spawn point with the boat, with the idea that if the merchant can only spawn in the Black Forest, and Black Forest spawns closer to our starting location because it's a low-level biome, then presumably exploring Black Forest on the coast is going to be the most profitable use of my time. And since I've already done a circle of this coast here, like the coast hugging the coastline has brought me back to my start, I'm going to try to skip across what's probably
That's a
deeper
nice
bottom
map.
water.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's what I'm showing you. So I've explored all this shit. So now I'm cutting back towards the main base, our initial base, like directly across with the boat to try to explore that line, which also had Black Forest, right? So I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
But I could just be going deep. I mean, if this is like swimming though, where I just suddenly get into deep water and it's like your stamina just starts depleting and you die, I mean, this could be disaster.
I am going to enter the Bronze Age.
Hey.
Super excited about it. We could build a cultivator.
Color man of any color? Or what do we get out of the cultivator?
Oh, wait. I do have a cultivator, don't I? Didn't I play carrot sorting? I did.
Yeah. We have a carrot patch at our initial base.
How come nobody has done anything about that?
I don't think the merchant accepts carrots as a currency, although it would make more sense than gold. Okay. Oh, chat it! Wasn't paying attention for half a second. Ooh, okay. Alright, it was close. Slammed it into reverse, and
Oh, aye. Look at that beautiful carrot crop.
said no one ever. I mean, this is Black Forest again, though, which is what I think I want to be doing, if that's correct about the merchant spawn. So that beats just running by plains. At least if I have to fight the fucking Grey Dwarves, it's not such a big deal. Whereas if I have to fight the Death Mosquitoes, it is a very big deal.
They are going to continue to kill you if you insist on calling them by the name you prefer rather than the name they've given themselves.
I'm pretty sure it said Death Mosquito when I hovered it.
It's Death Skeeto.
Desquito. I see. I'm using too formal of a version of their name. I see.
Right.
We're on much closer terms now that they've gored me to death once. Makes sense. Used informal, close language.
Right. Do we actually have... Oh yeah, we do have a door on this house. Good. Alright, I've just hidden some carrots from you. Your job is not to find them and use them in inappropriate ways.
What do you think I'm doing with these carrots, Kevin? What is an inappropriate use of a carrot?
I don't
I
even want to
mean,
talk
I
about
guess
your
if you're
carrot
just,
use.
I guess you're just trying to fish the gerbil out. I mean, you need a carrot to do that.
Ah, I just meant don't eat it. uh,
That's a
all
merchant
right.
chat. That really light thing over there. By the rock.
Why don't you open your map?
Does it have a mini map?
Well, then zoom in so you can see what you're looking at. Actually,
I don't know what I
do
was
you.
looking at. Yeah.
I've got stuff to take care of.
I'll know when I'm near the merchant. You say that. But it's another one of these games where, like, you'll know when you're near the merchant because of the last time you were near the merchant. You're like, but this is my first time. How do I know? And you're like, you'll know. I'm not sure that's very helpful at all. The merchant will be a totally unforgettable experience that you'll know when you see it. God, it's a pretty game. Pretty game. All right, next voyage we do, Kevin, I'm gonna need sunglasses and mosquito spray, like bug repellent.
That is super pretty, but you're right. There's a lot of sun in the face in there.
Yeah.
I feel bad for when you were sailing around totally naked, but it can't be much like you're flirting with either roasting or skin cancer, so you've got to kind of take your pick there.
Yeah, it's all right. Neither those are both like slower causes of death. The mosquitoes are pretty immediate. And I feel like I'm going the wrong direction here.
They want a prediction about whether or not we're going to find the merchant. I predict yes, but it may be by the end of the game and not by the end of this stream. Yeah.
I don't think we're finding it by the end of today's stream. It's 20 minutes from now. It's possible, but it seems unlikely.
Sail faster.
I have wind again, so I actually can sail faster. I see you're flying over there. Do you have like a fucking like hover, like what am I looking for? Not hoverboat. What are those fucking things called that they ride around the swamps on? Airboats? No, that's not right either. What is it? With the giant fans? And
Hydrofoil?
Hydrofoils are cool, but no. It's not an airboat.
No,
it's
a
fuck, what is the word?
What is that thing called?
That's what I'm saying. Hovercraft. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, kind of what I was thinking of, but they use smaller versions for the swamps, right? It was just like a big fan on the back of like a fucking like a inflated boat kind of.
It's a skiff with a attic fan attached to the back of it.
Maybe it is airboat. I did say airboat, but I'm not sure what it's called. It doesn't sound right.
I don't think it's airboat.
I don't think so either. If you Google swamp hovercraft, you'll probably get it. Not me or you. I'm just I'm busy. I'm sailing to my death. We're not hunting alligators? Well, I don't know what you're talking about. We have alligator meat all the time. It's called neck meat, apparently. It really is called an airboat. Okay. So, like, is this distance, like, will I see what's on land with the merchant here? Like, this distance? It feels like I ought to. It feels like 270 meters. 270 meters is quite long.
Oh, yeah. You're super close.
Fan boats and flat bottom vessels. I've heard it called both those. Fan boat is probably interesting.
All right. And you wanted a mace. That's only a... Well, did you say mace or did you say sword?
I mean, they're identical except how they interact with certain enemies, right? Do we know what Draugr are resistant to or mosquitoes? Like, can we predict ahead of time which I'll need? Or do we just have to try it and then come back for it, basically?
Yeah, and neither one is. I mean, they're equally expensive too. I think.
Yeah.
Um, I think probably with. I think probably with skeletons, you're better off with a mace.
Yeah, for sure. But
It's
skeletons
got
aren't a threat right now, right?
right. It's just got the mace has got so much better knockback. It feels
I
like
do
it's
like knockback too. It's pretty good. It gives you a lot
bound
of
to be a
time.
better weapon.
Sure, make me a mace. I'll take a mace. I don't have any bludgeoning damage in my options, and I have piercing already from the spear. Although I don't think I have slashing.
Bronze. Wow, we're a long way from that.
Alright. So my new plan is to try to scout the entirety of the area around our starting island. Yeah. See, special not kind of slashing? I'm not sure, actually. It might tell me on the weapon, but I don't read them. I just swing with them. I could look though. Pretty easy. Just says pierce damage. There's no like second type that I see. How do you read a weapon? You hover it. That's probably what you're asking, right? It's been a relaxing couple hours doing this. Not sure we're getting anywhere with our lives.
You know, after after a super obnoxious Magic the Gathering stream, you should probably play a couple hours of this to get the rage back in check, right?
Oh my god.
Just boat around
I
a
hate
little bit.
fucking RNG. I hate getting dicked by RNG repeatedly. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I only watched, well, like I said, I watched about an hour. And it's like the sort of thing that would dress me up pretty bad.
I want to go north here. How the fuck can how do I keep getting turned around? I guess I have to go to the other side?
What?
I keep getting turned around on this. Like I'm trying to scout around this, but like I'm like following a shoreline and I get turned around all the time somehow. It doesn't make any sense to me how I can get turned around here, but I have been. I would just suddenly be heading south. It's the fractal coastline nature, right? Like I start going into one and then like follow it around and suddenly I'm hugging a curve I didn't realize I was hugging. I
think that's how Vikings always talk.
Yeah.
It's the fractal nature of the coastline I was following.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Too highbrow for you when you're playing Valheim?
Yeah.
So this is what, a cold biome? I didn't realize the mountain biomes came all the way down to the shore. I assumed they were always...
That's cool.
I always thought
hey, you know what that means?
What's that?
That means you could probably get killed by a drake in your boat as a second experience.
Drakes are nasty. That ice attack is not fucking around.
You killed the last one, didn't you?
I think I ran from it. I was like fighting it until it hit me once and it did like 49 damage and brought my movement speed down to like -2. So like you'd be jamming sprint and not going anywhere. And at that point I'm like, it might be time to retreat. Wind just died.
The more you talk about getting wind and losing wind, the more bean jokes I've resisted, and I think I deserve some sort of credit for that.
There's a podcast I go on where one of the running jokes is about the emotional withdrawals from the account. So right now you're building the account before you can cash in with your bean jokes, Kevin. found PKA through me. Do you watch a lot of PKA? I've been on it a lot. I don't tend to watch it when I'm not on it. Every once in a while I'll watch an episode. Okay, this troll could be super fucking bad news because I'm very stationary in a boat that could be blown up by a troll.
Oh, hey, which reminds me, I've finished watching the One podcast.
Oh, with Destiny and I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was good stuff. I did notice that I got an honorable mention as this really obnoxious guy who...
I did not make claims about being really obnoxious. I made claims about my take on someone telling me the answer to life.
You're
I was more generous than that.
Right. Yeah, I thought the whole thing was really good, though.
Oh, glad you enjoyed it. I had fun, a lot of fun with that. A lot of fun conversation there. A lot of fun topics. And I do very much agree that discipline's an important part of life, but I don't think it's the only part, right? There's times where more discipline is. We've had this conversation. Have we had this conversation on a stream? Thank you, Jerry, for the 5 gifted subs. Cheers, man. So, chat. Kevin once told me. I'm gonna share may I share the shower story?
The shower story?
Yeah.
Do I even know the shower story?
You do. It's much less interesting than it sounds. I just give it a nice title.
Okay.
All right, chat. So Kevin is a big believer in that self-discipline will get you far in life, which I agree. You know, that's generally pretty just good advice, right? But Kevin once told me that in the summer, he will take cold showers at the beginning of his day. And he does this because that was most likely the most challenging thing. If he can get in the morning, subject himself to a cold shower and get going with his day, you know, like he can do anything basically if he can commit to doing that. Is that roughly paraphrasing what you've said?
Cold showers tend to help people cultivate discipline because they consistently face something they dread.
Okay. So I asked him then, with that nature then, why doesn't he take like super hot showers during the summer as well instead of cold showers? Because like if you're just trying to make yourself unpleasant, and apparently unpleasant is good enough of a reason to somehow motivate self-discipline, why
I don't want to make myself unpleasant.
Make your experience unpleasant. Why don't you like wait till like some super humid, muggy day, then open all the windows and put on like a super hot, steamy shower to really do
that's
it?
Why
kind of like
a
bad
hot
sauna,
yoga.
like a bad sauna.
Yoga. Well, or like hot yoga.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a big hot yoga guy either, but maybe. I don't know. It struck me that if you're artificially making your life worse, are you really building discipline? Or are you just insane?
Well, no. See, that's just such a tiny piece of the overall premise.
Well, I'm sailing in literally circles around land masses, so I've got the time if you want to explain further.
I invested like 5 hours that evening trying to explain. I don't know whether like starting that conversation with 15 minutes to go makes any sense.
Anyways, I enjoy that. Enjoy that thought.
I could try to reapproach it because I'm sure someone else would benefit from it, even though you didn't.
I did benefit from it. I put important boundaries down on the beginning of our friendship.
Right. Clearly he's an imbecile that overgeneralizes. I know not to listen to him more than absolutely necessary.
It was like the first day we met, right?
Was it?
I think it was, right? Because you'd met Ellen at other things, and then like we came out to your place for a little bit to hang out. I think that was the first night we met.
Well, I probably just like dumped it on you earlier than I should have. Then I didn't warm you up enough.
That's right. You should have walked me up from it. Be like, have you ever had a cold shower? And be like, yeah. And when the power's out.
The cold shower has so little to do with this entire... Hey, damn it, I'm at the swamp and I'm naked. Oh, and there is somebody shooting me. I just spotted it and I'm...
Well, get in the fucking cold shower, and double down on the discipline, and you'll be fine for this one. Absolutely fine. Are you gonna dry to a Draugr?
No. I'm going to run like a baby. I told you I'm a chicken. But there's a giant copper node, like, right out our front door. What?
Which one? Which base? Second base or third or first base or third base?
The mining camp base.
Yeah, there were a couple. I mined out 2 that were close. I think there was one more close one.
Okay.
It was a good base. It was a good spot for a base.
Yeah, we did okay with this one. I'm going to mark this one just in case.
Okay. All right. I updated your command from Sidekick. I didn't think Sidekick was a good enough explanation. Have you seen the command in chat for it yet, Kevin? The Kevin command?
I'm reading it now.
Okay.
The... Fascinating.
Gotta have fun in life, right? Otherwise, what's the point?
The part of that feels best to me is the unlikely. What am I trying to say there? I like the idea that I have any opportunity to bully you. You are like one of the bullyless person I know.
You don't think I react to bullying very much?
I don't think you.
Chat has given me a very thick skin. I probably started with a reasonably thick skin, and then
I don't think you even take good suggestions, let alone bullying.
That is bullying.
A good suggestion. Any input into your life is bullying, really. Is that, I think that's the reason. Yeah. Someone made a suggestion. I think they're bullying me.
Suggestions are always welcome, and suggestions of from positions of past experience or things that's worked in your life are always welcome. But being told what to do is almost never welcome. It's different.
Yeah.
I have a lot of I like autonomy a lot. And it is part of that's been a refined reaction from chat, right? Like chat can get very backseaty sometimes, and it drives me nuts. At some point, I feel like a fucking monkey. I'm just like, they're like, dance, monkey, and I'm like, I don't want to dance. I'm like, dance. You know, bit of that feeling.
It's one of the things I admire about your particular streaming style is you're gonna do it your way and take input, but not cave to.
Yeah, I try to
spot where you aren't enjoying what you're doing or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Try to keep it enjoyable
really
for the viewers,
that.
but also something that keeps me sane to play the games, right? Like I like doing what I'm doing, and I want to keep it being something that's pleasant and enjoyable for me. All right, there's a lot more Black Forest coastline around our starting location, so I have some hope that I might actually find something over here, but it is slow progress at best. Yeah. Kevin's talking like an anime protagonist. I don't really watch anime. What does an anime protagonist talk like? And I think you've miscast him as protagonist.
Lots of ellipses. Yeah, that's my problem. I do. I think it's called a postiothesis.
Postiothesis. Is this another
think so.
punctuation joke?
No, I think that speaking with ellipses is, I think maybe there's a technical term for it.
Hmm.
I'm a deliberate thinker or a deliberate speaker because of being a psychologist. You can't just like say the first thing that comes into your mouth.
Yeah, that's a good
Say
excuse.
Say the first thing that comes into your mouth. Yeah, but like I want to be very cautious about what I say, and you don't want to say ridiculous stuff. Yeah, generally when you're doing therapy.
Really?
Ah, yeah. Well, I mean, I say a lot of ridiculous stuff, but I make sure that it's intentionally ridiculous and not just the first thing that came into my head because I thought it was funny. Because almost inevitably, like, somebody's in your office for a serious reason, not because they want entertained. And what entertained you in that particular moment is not necessarily going to be welcome. So yeah, I think I have always been sort of slow and deliberate in my speech, but I think it got worse over 20 years of very carefully couching every phrase and comment.
Why does Odin spawn then unspawn when I approach him? Do I really have to creep up on the little bastard?
I'm not an expert in mythology. Pretty sure Little Bastard isn't in the list of like
Odin's titles?
Right.
Like, what do you think they are? Like, which god is he? I don't remember which one. Which one's Odin? Is he like
the head god?
Okay, so it's like All Father, Chief Little Bastard. Yeah. You don't think that's in there? No.
Pretty sure that's not one of them. No.
Okay. I'm not sure what forward means to you, Kevin. But this is the opposite of forward to me. It looks suspiciously like I'm floating backwards.
Who said anything about forward?
The direction that I have clicked when I'm in my boat. Chat, we made this mistake of coming into this little inlet. Can't get out again.
Does that mean you're gonna die there and this world is mine?
I don't think so. I think this world belongs to the Desquitos. You just reside in it for now. Until they find you.
That's why I intend to build 100 bases here in the meadows.
Yep.
Holy smokes, I'm busy.
Yeah?
You're just sitting there sailing around having a great weekend, and I'm slaving over the oven and chopping all the trees.
Yeah. You know, you did actually choose this genre as a genre that you desire to play, right? It's a genre that's about giving you a chore list. It's like a virtual chore list genre.
I'm actually like super happy. Whoops.
It's like you must hit 5 rocks with your hammer, then 4 trees with your axe, then 3 graybeards with your sword. What do they call them? The honeydew lists?
I think
this
probably
game is the honeydew genre for sure.
I think probably the only thing you missed there was the laugh.
And then yeah,
That
start it all with a cold shower. Chat says.
that totally should have been hit 5 trees with an axe. Ma ha 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 ha.
Oh, like I need to do the Count Chocula counting. I gotcha.
I, Count Chocula was the cereal, not the Sesame Street.
Whatever. Whatever. Get it mostly right. It's got to do.
Yeah.
Chat, what happens if I log out in my boat? Do I log back in my boat? No, not sure. If I put my boat on the shore, hop out of my boat and log off on shore, do I respawn right next to my boat when I log back in? Because I would like to continue my boat exploration next time. I feel like we're making good progress. Logging out in a boat is not recommended. Well, I'm not worried about getting pod killed here, so it should be... If I just come back in it, it's okay. Did I like this is a boat, maybe the boat like despawns beneath you or like gets beaten to death while you're logged out and sometimes you just appear in deep water. It could be fun. But your time, we've run you out of time, haven't we? Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not super tight. If we went 5 minutes over or something while you got to land.
Oh, I thought you had obligations on Saturdays.
I do not have a 1 o'clock anymore, except that I have to get into my work clothes and go renovate.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I am approaching a safe spot to dump the boat, and then I'm good to be logging out.
I've spent the last 48 hours sitting around with my feet up, trying to make sure that I gave my body the maximum chance to like manage the
the vaccine.
The vaccine without freaking out. So I don't know how much is in your control about how severe the reaction is, but we rested the day before, we rested the day of, we ate lightly, we napped some, and did not have a terrible reaction. So I don't know if being gentle with yourself makes a difference, but
just in case you were gentle.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm in a good spot. I've beached my boat. I've repaired it. I've got an outline for the starter island area, so I'm starting to make my way around that. So if there is a spawn that's close to us or more dark forest around here, hopefully we'll find it next time. And got a bit more sense of the map. So I'm good to log out here if you are.
Okey-doke.
All right, man. Good chat with you. I'll text you later today.
Yeah, cool. That'd be great.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. See you, man.
See you, Kevin. All right, chat. Kind of relaxing. Didn't get a lot accomplished there, but I guess it's not really... I don't know if it's a game about accomplishment or not. It feels like it kind of is. Okay, I need a quick break, chat. I'm going to grab water, etc. Come back, and then we will start drafting. Okay. Let me get the... title up and the stream type up and get cardboard live up. Okay. All right. So I'm going to take a quick break for food. Then I will be back for MTGA Arena cube drafts. That's what we're doing today. So let me throw that up. I'll see you guys in a few minutes.